says it's preparing. So, all right. Welcome, everyone. Thank you guys for joining. For those of you guys who are new to the group, my name is Shannon Hansen. You guys are in for a treat today because we're going to be talking to Rebecca. My background, my professional designation is I'm a holistic wellness practitioner, a functional nutrition practitioner, and very quickly here should be wrapping up my functional diagnostic nutrition practitioner program. I am the owner and founder of the Hansen Method for a thriving thyroid. You guys, I went through all of the same things that many of you guys are going through when it comes to your thyroid, and I believe in giving you real life examples of what success is possible, because many of us are struggling. Can this happen for me? Could this happen for me? Why isn't this happening for me? I've gone gluten-free, I've gone dairy-free, I've gone, I've done all these things and it's not working. So that is why we do these interviews with people. If you guys are joining us live, say hello. If you guys are watching the replay, hashtag replay. And let me introduce the lovely Rebecca.
Hello.
All right. So Rebecca has some exciting news today. Do you want to share?
Oh yeah. I just found out that my sixth grandchild, a granddaughter, was born this morning, just a little bit ago.
Yay! So exciting. We love babies.
Yes.
So Rebecca, you want to give us a little bit of background as to who you are, what you do, besides being a cool grandma?
Oh yeah. I'm a wife, a mom. I have 4 kids, and like I said, I'm a Mimi to 6 now. I have 3 boys and 3 girls, and I'm also a school-based speech language pathologist.
Amazing.
And so right now I'm with one of the grandkids. So if you hear any noise, sorry.
Hey, you'll probably hear some of my kids in the background too. So we just do what we got to do.
That's right. That's right.
So let's just kind of start off with some easy questions. Where were you before joining the Hansen Method? What kinds of things were you struggling with?
I was struggling with, obviously, weight. I had been diagnosed with a goiter many years ago. So I've been struggling, trying to figure out that on thyroid medication. Also, then I began menopause at a young age. My mother also went through menopause at a young age. So I was dealing with both of those, and it just kept getting worse. I just kept feeling worse and worse. And it got to where I was pretty much nauseous all the time. I wasn't sure if it was my gallbladder. Debilitating nauseousness. Like it's horrible. And then, you have the pandemic. So you don't want people to think that you're sick because of that when you really know that it's not. So you go to places and you're like, no, I'm not really sick, but I couldn't even really do anything. Mostly it was in the bed and that. So I was definitely overweight. I had lost some weight, but I had weight that I could not get off. A lot of inflammation, finding out that it was a lot of inflammation. And very lethargic. I just had no energy. I didn't want to really do anything. I'm probably depressed, but I think that was all part of that. Just kind of not having any gumption to do anything except, work. But so that was kind of where I was. I was really stuck.
Yeah. Well, you said something kind of interesting in there, and I don't know if the listeners caught on to that. You said, I found out it was inflammation, right? You had the weight. What was that realization, and when did that kind of come about for you? How did you realize that? How did you learn about that?
Mm-hmm. Well, I was on this your Facebook page, the Thriving Thyroid Facebook page. So I started learning some things there and getting some information from you. And I just knew I had a bunch of joint pain, and I always knew, like, when I was eating better, my pain in my joints was not as bad. And so I knew about inflammation. But wow, I looked back at a picture of me it was a year ago, and I was having an episode. Like, I was nauseous, but we were out at a flower farm with my daughter-in-law, my daughter, and one of my grandsons, And I saw that picture and I was like, oh my gosh, I look like a but I just look puffy and swollen. And so I think that's kind of when I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
I just feel so much different too. And learning from you guys for sure about the inflammation, but it's amazing.
Well, now I want to see this picture. I want to see the before and after. Okay, so what made you just decide to join the Hansen Method? Because you kind of came in a unique way, right? You came in with our 4-week program and then decided to continue on. So
yeah. I would say that when I started getting information from you, and then I think it was you reached out and you're like, let's just do a call and we can see. And so I did a call. That was in March, and or like March 12th or something, pretty early March. And I was like, after we talked, you just had you knew all the things that I was going through. And I mean, I have a great naturopathic physician that I work with, and he had told me some of the things before, but I don't know, it just didn't, I wasn't ready to hear it yet. And then I think one thing that you had mentioned that really clicked in was that I need to take care of myself, my health first. We as moms and Mimis and, women, we take care of everybody else. But if I realized that at that point, I wasn't even healthy enough to enjoy a birthday party of one of my grandchildren, that was kind of where it was like, not doing that anymore. I've got to find something. And then you guys have such a great program. So I just kept going.
Oh, thank you. Well, let me ask. Courtney says, I'm so happy for how far you've come, Rebecca. So
thank you.
Yeah. What part of the program was different working with us than working with, a naturopathic doctor or whatever?
I think one for me, I also have ADHD, so having the pre-done meal plans that are just like already, I like how you guys teach about combining foods. I've learned so much about combining foods for my snacking and eating more, not necessarily eating more better foods, whole foods. So learning all of those things. I knew those from other diets, that we've tried before, but it just kind of blended. And plus the coaching calls. I'm going back since I'm towards the end. I'm like, wait, I was supposed to do a coaching call for that. So, because summer came and I got busy and I didn't, those last couple of ones. So I was like, oh shoot. But I think the weekly coaching calls, and unfortunately I didn't get to a lot of your Thursday ones because I always had something up. So I'm still hopeful, but those were amazing, listening and learning from other women that are walking very similar walks that I am. And I was just really, I haven't met any of them in person, but I feel like, I think Chris talked about this at our last week's, it's like we're a family. And we've only met in Zoom meetings, and some of us don't talk as much as others, or say as many things all the time, but you just feel like you're not being judged and they understand. And they have a lot of good ideas too. So there's a lot of positives to it.
Yeah, no, I love that. That's one of my favorite things about it too, is I'm like, I feel like I could see Rebecca on the street, know who she was, walk up to her and just pick up right where we we left off, or any one of you guys, because we do have such a close community, and people share things that in the normal world would be like, you're talking about that, like so
because people do look at you weirdly whenever you talk about that, like, wait, what? I'm like, I know, it's just what we do.
Yes. Yeah. But it's so normal, right? And there's connection, like our body is amazing. And I think we're not taught enough about the body as it is. So that's kind of like a whole other side note, but we'll keep the ball rolling. So tell everybody, where are you now? Like, what do you have going on, and how has things changed for you?
Well, as I said a year ago, the picture in and of itself is amazing. I'm eating healthy. I'm pretty much, I'm gluten-free, which was not as hard as I thought using your meal plans. The dairy is a little bit harder, and I don't eat very much sugar. So this summer has been a little bit difficult just because traveling and just I don't have a schedule, and with my other things, I need kind of that schedule to get myself going. So that's been a learning experience. I mean, I know myself, but I still have done better. I've lost a total of 18.5 inches since March.
Amazing. 18.5 inches.
Yeah,
that's like a toddler, you guys. Yeah. Like, go look at your toddler.
Yeah.
Well, I guess a newborn.
Right? Yeah. Some of them are 18 inches. Yeah. I went from a size 16 pants. Now I can wear a size 10.
Amazing.
And I didn't lose that much poundage. I mean, I think all of that was inflammation. I mean, a lot of it was. Since March, I've lost between 17 and 20 pounds. So I kind of fluctuate up and down. Yeah. So, I mean, I had already lost some weight before that. But I was stuck until I started this. And now I don't even care about the numbers as much as how I feel. I mean, Yay. I don't even really get on the scale anymore. It's just like, unless I'm like, oh, you've eaten poorly, you better go see what's going on. And usually if it's a lot of weight, I know it's inflammation. Like, obviously I've eaten something that did not sit right with me. So, so that was huge. And I think, okay, buddy. I also think a big thing for me was was actually able to buy a size medium shirt, which I was a 2X. And I always said, I'm so broad. I just have broad shoulders. And I'm like, wait, maybe I'm not as broad as I thought I was. So that was kind of fun. But
that's amazing. So wait, when you started, you were at a 2X shirt,
yes,
and now a medium?
Some mediums, mostly a large, but even still. Mm-hmm. Okay. But I was excited that I found one that I could wear. That was kind of a milestone, you know, when you've always struggled. So that was good. And the healthy eating is huge, and I crave it now. So the plans, I can put my own things together. I'm still working on eating sauerkraut and things like that. Fermented food, they're not my favorite. I know I need to eat them, so I'm working on it.
Well, part of it is finding what you like, right? Like sauerkraut isn't my favorite either, but I mean, like, I'm going to laugh about this, but like maybe on a brat or something, you know, which is not something I eat all the time, but like, it has to be that kind of meal where it's like, okay, yeah, it goes together. Like, I won't just eat it to eat it. So I do more of like the kombucha, the kefir, you know, those types of things.
Mm-hmm. I'm working on that. I have some kombuchas that I like. There are some lower sugar ones that I do like. My daughter really loves them, so I try. Yes. I'm working on that. That's something I have to, hopefully in the winter, I can break some of those recipes out and try them again.
Yeah. Hopefully. Well, and they are, I mean, here's a little coaching call for you guys. They are rooted vegetables a lot of times, right? Like, so we use carrots, we use, you know, cabbages. So your body may crave them later in the year because of the seasonal changes. So,
right.
Awesome. And what are your next steps? What are you going to continue working on, and how do you feel about the future?
Yeah, I am meeting with Chris this week, so I will have hopefully my goals set up. But I'm gonna, sorry.
You're good.
And so I'm hoping to continue eating on the plans, and not really sure the supplements were amazing. I want to keep working on improving my adrenals and my liver, because I'm learning about that. I knew that was something that was impacting me early on too. So those are kind of the things that I want to talk at my next call with Chris and see where we need to go from there.
Amazing. Awesome. Thank you so much, Rebecca. Is there any last thoughts or anything that you would like to share with the watchers, the followers?
I would just say to have the call with you, Shannon, and listen and be open to putting yourself first, because it really has paid off in all parts of my life. So, and I'm really grateful for all the help and all the learning I've had this last 12 weeks or something like that. 4 months, I think. March, April, May, June, July. 4 months. Yeah. So
Amazing.
So it's been pretty fabulous. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, and I love that you have been able to do this while working, while being a grandma, a Mimi.
Yeah.
My sister goes by Mimi too. So, you know, and just being able to live life, and it sounds like it doesn't feel hard for you, right?
No, it doesn't. Yeah. It feels good.
Yeah. And it just kind of works into your life. So hold on. Karen says hello. And she says, I have a kombucha in the fridge that I haven't been brave enough to try yet. I've learned that eating yogurt when in smoothies,
Awesome.
pancakes and such, still not eating just yogurt. Yeah, well, and Karen, depending on the person, right? Rebecca could probably tell you, dairy could be inflammatory for your body. So be mindful of that, Karen. I use like a coconut. Somebody threw away I was eating it this morning right here, but I think my husband picked it up. A coconut yogurt, is a little bit better alternative and can help support inflammation. But thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in. And we are just so excited for Rebecca and her progress and her continued progress and her ability to show up for herself, show up for her family, and have such incredible results. 18 inches. How many pounds? 20?
20 since I started in March, and I've lost over 50 since I really kind of started, but I was stuck for those last 20 pounds. Yeah. Pretty awesome.
Yeah. And things are continuing to go down. Multiple pant sizes, t-shirt sizes. I can't even do all the math right now, and it's not like she said, and I think that this is really important. It's not about the weight. She's no longer obsessed with the number on the scale. It's about how she feels in her clothes, how she feels in life. And that is the biggest thing, is that confidence that we get from having and seeing results and feeling better. So help me congratulate Rebecca, and we will see you guys in the next. Thanks, Rebecca.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.